Switch Africa Green is a multi-country EU-funded program supporting governments and other stakeholders in the Africa transition to inclusive green economy through the adoption of a sustainable consumption and production practices. It provides opportunities for the private sector to transition to more resource-efficient, environmentally sound business practices that also increase profitability, create green jobs and reduce poverty. We want to achieve this by boosting the efficient use of resources by transitioning to a clean circular economy, restoring biodiversity and cutting pollution, investing in environmentally friendly technologies, supporting the industry to innovate, and rolling out cleaner, cheaper and healthier forms of private and public transport, decarbonizing the energy sector, ensuring buildings are more energy efficient, and working with international partners to improve global environmental standards.
In Kenya, there are 4 projects implemented towards 3 sectors: agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism. The pandemic caused by COVID-19 has put a lot of strain on the economy, but the beneficiaries have been able to find the strength to go ahead. The Green Tour project is implemented in Kenya collaboratively by Eco-Tourism Kenya, Kenya Association of Tour Operators, the European Centre for Eco-Agro-Tourism, and ABTA Limited. The project provides guidance, support, and increases the implementation of best eco and socially responsible practices among Africa tour operators, accommodation providers, and their suppliers. The participants undergo training on key sustainability principles to include in their business. They develop globally proven marketable, sustainable consumer tourism products. A key element of the project is to engage the tour operators in becoming accredited in Travel Life, an international accreditation scheme for tour operators and transport providers. Accommodations can participate in ecotourism's own eco-rating scheme or Travel Life for accommodation. Soon, destinations within Kenya will be able to build their capacity and be certified as green destinations.
Under the Green Tour project, members realize that sustainability is not just what you are doing inside your company, but it also extends to what engagements you're having with our suppliers.
Through the training, we had a lot of marketing links to other countries that we normally get clients from. So there has been a strong marketing pillar for us.
The most relevant training that we've received through Green Tour project, for me, will have to be the COVID training. And in conjunction with Red Cross, it was very relevant for this period, the COVID times, because they trained us on how to handle the situation. The whole aspect of COVID was covered during the COVID training.
20 tour operators and 5 community-based tourism organizations have participated in export marketing programs and capacity building training. Export marketing enables tour operators to improve their engagement with the European market. During the training and coaching, tour operators are taught about the preparation of an export marketing plan, international trade participation, and study tour, as well as a range of other training such as digital marketing, human resource management, contracting, and customer service and sales. Horti-Green, entitled Inclusive Green Horticultural Processing Sector in Kenya, the Horti-Green project is an action implemented by Fundación Sostalde, University of Nairobi, Consumer Information Network, and the Kenya Bureau of Standards. The project has improved the sustainable consumption and production practices in the micro, small, and medium enterprises. This has been achieved through training and technical support on water and energy efficiency, waste management, and the implementation of an environmental management system in the companies.
It was very timely. We got a lot of training, capacity building of our staff. It is not just the leadership team that took part in the project. We had our staff, our key staff, who are members of our quality and safety team, participate in the training. So just that empowerment of our staff.
At Metro Kenya Limited, we are concerned about our energy use. We've been able to reduce our bill by half to a maximum of 40,000 per month, and increased production. We have actually doubled the production. We are doing 10 tons. Now we are doing about 20 tons a month, and therefore I would recommend it to many companies to learn the ways of saving the energy, avoid the wastage, and also management of the solid wastes.
At one point, waste was really overwhelming us, but once we entered into the project, we looked closely at our waste levels, which were quite high, and we came up with solutions for that. We are keen on our water intake. We are doing monitoring. And I think by and by, we are constantly improving ourselves by checking and monitoring on our processes.
To date, the Horti-Green project has been able to engage the enterprises in resource-efficient production. Up to 444 participants have received advice on sustainable consumption and production practices. 39 Kenyan micro, small, and medium enterprises have been fully trained on environmental management system and ISO 14.001 certification implementation, and other 20 Kenyan enterprises are currently being trained. Goalan Project, a green economy providing green jobs and reducing poverty.
Tulifundishwa lazima tuweke mboga zetu manyua wakati wa kupanda. Mimi kupiga dawa hapa, sipigagi dawa.
The Goalan project in Naivasha aims to promote the horticulture sector. It acts as a driver for the adoption of resource-efficient and green practices to minimize its impact on climate, water, and land while ensuring social inclusion.
Tukiweka mbolea mingi, sasa ile mvua ikinyesha, hiyo mbolea residue ya hiyo mbolea itapelekwa kwa mto. Na hii mto ni catchment ya Naivasha.
Ukulima wetu ambao tunafanya sisi hatumtumii dawa. Dawa ni ile jambo ya mwisho kabisa ikishindikana ugonjwa.
Tukiangalia sana Kenya, watu wengi ni wakulima. Smallholder farmers, wale wako na mashamba kidogo kidogo. Na Naivasha ukiangalia ni ngome ya agriculture. Tukisema sana horticulture, maua na mboga.
Wakati tupata masomo kutoka kwa WWF, tumesoma kitu kama miaka 5-6 masomo ya kulinda msitu, conservation, protection, kupanda, mambo ya dawa, tumesoma kila kitu. Mambo ya soil testing, tumefundishwa yote.
In the training program, micro, small, and medium enterprises learned through practical demonstrations how they can apply sustainable horticulture practices and add value to their produce. To date, over 90% of the targeted 140 enterprises have adopted sustainable consumption and production practices. This has not only improved their livelihood, but also enhanced climate change adaptation and resilience. 840 jobs created by the MSMEs as a result of adoption of sustainable consumption and production practices, improved on-farm production at reduced costs, access to finance, and markets. Green to grow. A general approach of SCP dissemination in Kenya. The overall objective of Green to Grow project is contributing towards reducing the environmental footprint of Kenyan MSMEs in the coffee, mango, and dairy value chains in the country while strengthening their ability to compete in local and international markets. The beneficiaries enrolled in finance and business courses so that they could make their business more profitable while implementing the best consumption and production sustainable practices.
I was not aware that I can apply the traps, fruit traps, to reduce the mango losses.
I learned about how we can use organic and about marketing. It helps me very much.
One area that was really boosted by the involvement of the project was financial modeling, pricing, and I'm proud to say that our business plan has actually bloomed from a flower to a bouquet.
We learn from them from the beginning to the end. To date, even now, we are in contact. Whenever we have any issue, we ask them.
To date, the project has helped beneficiaries get access to credit support from investment funds and commercial banks. Switch Africa Green has been supporting eco-entrepreneurs in the transition towards sustainable development, supporting policymakers, business and non-state actors in making the switch to sustainable consumption and production practices. Through strong partnerships, MSMEs and communities are benefiting from green growth, decent jobs creation, and improved livelihoods. Join the Kenyan movement and switch Africa Green.